Good afternoon, stoners, and welcome to another episode of From Seed to Pipe. I'm your host, Mr. Infusion. In the last episode, I went over deep water culture active hydroponic system. In this episode, I will show you how to set up the remaining 5 active hydroponic systems so you can choose the one that's right for you. They are nutrient film, drip, ebb and flow, wick, and aeroponic techniques. Each has their own advantages and disadvantages. You can get your supplies online or at a garden shop. Remember, make sure it's legal to grow in your area and buy your seed from a legal dispensary. So sit back, spark one up, eat a cookie, and let's get started. First of all, gather the components. You will need a reservoir, a pump, channels or pipes, net pots, tubing, support structure, nutrient solution, pH meter and adjustment solution, and growing medium. I will give you some suggestions for growing mediums at the end of this video. You will also need a timer, air pump, and air stone. This last component is optional, but I highly recommend it. Now it's time to assemble your system. First of all, set up your channels on your support structure with a slight slope so the solution flows downhill. A slope of about 1 inch for every 36 to 40 inches is recommended. Next, place your submersible pump in your reservoir and attach the tubing to the inlet of the high end of the channel. At the low end of the channel, create a return path using rubber tubing or a specially bent pipe to guide the nutrient-rich water back into the reservoir. Fill your reservoir with water, then mix in your nutrient solution as directed on its package. Check your water's pH and use your adjustment solution as necessary. Now place your seedlings in the net pots root down with your growing medium. Make sure that your roots are in the nutrient film as it flows through the channel. Turn on the submersible pump to begin circulating the nutrient solution. Regularly check the pH and nutrient concentration of the solution. Add fresh water to the reservoir as needed and completely change the water in your reservoir every 2 weeks to prevent nutrient imbalances and buildup. Keep a close eye on your plants for signs of growth or nutrient deficiency. You will need a reservoir, a pump, main tubing and connector, usually a 1/2 inch tubing, secondary tubing or spaghetti tubing, a smaller tubing to reach individual plants, drip emitters or stakes, growing medium, growing containers or pots, a timer, a pH tester and adjustment solution. Place your submersible pump at the bottom of your reservoir, then connect the pump to the main tubing and run it to the area with your plants. Now attach your secondary tubing to the main line using the connectors. Next, connect your drip emitters to the end of the secondary tubing. Fill your pots with your growing medium and place your plants root down in the pots, and ensure that the pots are positioned so that any runoff drains back into your reservoir. Connect your drip emitters to your pots using stakes so they deliver water directly to the base of each plant. Fill your reservoir with water and add your prepared nutrient solution. Turn on the pump to check the flow from the emitters and make any necessary adjustments. Connect your pump to the timer and set a watering schedule. A good starting point is 3 to 4 15-minute intervals per day, spaced about 2 hours apart, then adjust as needed. Test your water's pH and use your adjustment solution as needed. Check your pots and root zones for adequate moisture and soil condition, adjusting the run time as needed. Regularly monitor your water's pH for fluctuations and nutrient imbalances in a reservoir. Top off the water regularly and completely change it every 2 weeks. Check your drip emitters regularly for clogs, which are common for small tubes. Collect your components: reservoir, grow tray, water pump, timer, fill drain fittings, tubing, growing medium, nutrient solution, pH tester and adjustment solution, net pots. Assemble your system and position your grow tray above your reservoir. Drill holes in the bottom of the grow tray at its lowest point for the fill and drain fittings. Install the drain fittings to set the height for the nutrient solution, which determines how much water will flood the tray. Place your plants root down in your net pots filled with your growing medium and position them in the growing tray. Attach a water pump in the reservoir to the tubing and connect the tubing to the fill fitting in the grow tray. Create your nutrient solution according to manufacturer's directions. Fill your reservoir with water and your nutrient solution. Check your nutrient solution's pH and use your adjustment solution as needed. Connect a pump to the timer and set it for the desired flood cycle. A general starting point is to flood the trays for 30 minutes, then let it drain. Observe your plants to say if they are getting enough water or if your growing medium is too wet. Adjust the cycle length and frequency as needed. Collect your components: reservoir, submersible pump, timer, missing device, usually a shower head or sprinkler, your growing medium, net pots, grow lights, grow deck, pH tester and adjustment solution. It's time to assemble your system. Place your submersible pump in your reservoir. Connect the pump's power cord and hose to the pump, running the cord through the access hole. Secure the grow deck to the top of your reservoir. Mix your nutrient solution and fill your reservoir with water and your nutrient solution. Ensure your water level is between the minimum and maximum fill lines. Install your missing device to the tubing from the pump. Fill the grow ports with the net pots, putting in your seedlings root down with your growing medium. Connect the pump's timer to an electrical outlet and plug the pump into the timer. Program the timer to mist the roots intermittently, 15 seconds on and 10 minutes off. Position your grow lights above your plants. Turn on the system to make sure that the missing device is working properly. Check your water's pH and monitor your plants for growth and remove the humidity domes after sprouting. Check the nutrient solution, changing it every 2 weeks as the plants consume the nutrients. Gather your components: reservoir, plant container tray, wick material, usually a nylon cord or felt works fine, growing medium, nutrient solution, pH tester and adjustment solution. Cut a hole in the lid of your reservoir and the bottom of your plant container, slightly smaller than your wick material. Make sure your reservoir is opaque to prevent algae growth. Thread the wick material through the holes so one end hangs down into the reservoir and the other end protrudes into the root area of the plant container. Fill the top container with your growing medium. Place your seedlings in the net pots root down, with your growing medium, ensuring the roots are in contact with your wick material. Fill your reservoir with water and your nutrient solution. The wick will automatically draw the solution up to the plant as needed via capillary action. Regularly check your nutrient solution level and top off as needed. Replace your solution every 2 weeks. Check your solution's pH level and adjust as needed. Provide adequate lighting. The lighting cycles will be mentioned at the end of this video. Flush your system with clear water regularly. Top off your nutrient solution when needed and change it every 2 weeks. Don't forget your lighting for these systems. During the seedling stage, lights on for 18 hours and off for 6 hours. For the vegetative stage, lights on for 24 hours a day. And during the flowering stage, lights on for 12 hours and off for 12 hours. Make sure your reservoir is opaque to avoid algae growth. Top off your reservoir when needed and replace the solution every 2 weeks. Flush your system regularly. Keep your nutrient solutions pH between 5.5 and 6.5. Some good growing mediums are perlite, tetra base, halitool clay pebbles, and geolite, to name a few. That's all for this video. The next video is on outdoor soil growing. Enjoy, and as always, stay elevated.